What makes a good trailer? Lots of stuff goes into it. So, I decided to put a list together of my top 10 video game trailers of all time. Before I go into the list, I've only got one rule set up. If the franchise goes on long enough, they're probably going to have multiple bangers for trailers. So, I've decided to stick it to one trailer per franchise. And with that out of the way, let's get into the list.
Congratulations. Humans haven't been on the moon in hundreds of years.
Nice place to visit, but I wouldn't want to live here.
Dying here is much more likely.
Nice pep talk.
Oh, man. There's nothing I hate more than an alien with no respect for history.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Well, now it's a party.
Music?
Something classical. Venus? Venus, baby! Venus!
Hello, Mars. Anybody speak space turtle?
I can say hello in any language. Looks like he can say goodbye, too. Whoa. What do you think is down there?
Death.
Theirs or ours?
Let's find out.
I hate when she does that.
Rated T for teen.
Man, can Bungie make a hell of a trailer. And boy, can they fail to live up to expectations. But we're talking about the trailer here, and the hype was through the roof for me when this one came out. The sense of scale this trailer provides, with all its locales and the enemies the fire team goes up against, really gets you into a mood to do a strike or a raid. The trailer does do a great job of establishing a connection with the on screen fire team, even if their Marvel esque dialogue is a bit much. But the action is solid, the set pieces are visually interesting, and this is a great start to Bungie's series of live action Destiny trailers. And while the Taken King one was close in my mind, this trailer really did start the hype for me for the series. And while it took Bungie a few years to get Destiny 1 to the point where the game felt like this trailer, it was definitely worth the wait for me.
As the hunt for fugitive Aiden Pearson
You're a liar. I know the truth. I know how you think. I see the digital shadow you cast. You lie to everyone else. You can't hide from me. I'm going to find you and expose you to the world.
We've all been lied to before, but boy did this one hurt. We saw a glimpse of the future, and on release, Ubisoft did what Ubisoft does best and revealed this amazing gameplay trailer was not on the menu, but a visually downscaled version in all senses of the word. And while the gameplay stayed mostly the same throughout both the trailer and full release, with being able to hack a variety of objects around and cause panic around you as a distraction, however, the impact of the visual downgrade does affect how the game feels, and nowhere is that more evident than when you cause a citywide blackout. It just doesn't hit the same as it lacks a punch that is sorely missed. But we are talking about how good the trailer is at selling you the vision, not how the game turned up. But hey, if you're on PC, there are plenty of mods that get the game to come pretty close to looking to that original gameplay trailer. So yeah, disappointing launch game, amazing trailer.
All around me are familiar faces, worn out places, worn out faces. Hide my head, I wanna drown my sorrow. No tomorrow, no tomorrow. And I find it kinda funny, I find it kinda sad. The dreams in which I'm dying are the best I've ever had. I find it hard to tell you, I find it hard to take. When people run in circles, it's a very, very mad world. Mad world. Worn out.
One of many franchises in Microsoft's vault, and boy is Gears 1 Mad World trailer have everything you want in one. The tone of the trailer gets you ready for the depressing world of the Gears universe, a song that stays in your mind and has you associated with the game every time you hear it, and finally, a short story that gets you invested in the overall game. It still gives me chills every time Marcus looks up at the darkness and a swarm of red eyes start to glow. Jeez, I love it. I love to see it every time. Imagine you've been a big Call of Duty fan and a big Battlefield fan for a while. However, Battlefield 4 had been out for almost 3 years, and now Call of Duty is in their jetpack era, and they just revealed Infinite Warfare to universal groans. Then, only a few days later, you get hit with this masterpiece of a trailer. Scenes of trench warfare, the dogfights, while Seven Nation Army plays in the background is just so sick that nothing can bring you down. The brutal kills with the shovels and scenes from the game are lined up with the beats from the song, and like this trailer is just a fun joyride every time you rewatch it. The hype was immediate, and the contrast to Call of Duty staying in the future while seeing Battlefield dive headfirst into the brutal warfare of World War One, and of course, that ending as one of the story characters looks up and sees a Zeppelin overhead rising through the smoke felt awe-inspiring. This trailer did secure a lot of people switch over to Battlefield from Call of Duty, and it's more than earned a place on this list. With Halo, we are not starved for jaw-dropping and stunning trailers. Whether it's 3's Believe trailer with its miniature figs, or ODST's The Life. But I have to go with the one that can always give me the chills no matter how many times I've watched it. The use of live action trailers is interesting because it can give the creators an opportunity to hit an artistic beat that can make something feel more human. And watching Kat struggle her way to detonate a Covenant ship in this incredibly gritty scenario, where if you think about it, Halo has always been much more vibrant in how it presents its stories, but this trailer foreshadowed and hit the exact right note tone for what Halo Reach was going for. Rip Noble 6. Now, the trailer for the original Bioshock could have been in this spot, but as good as the original Bioshock trailer was, I feel the weight behind Bioshock Infinite's trailer really hit different. By then, the franchise had been established, and after a second game that had a bit of a more lukewarm response, seeing a new game not just leave the rapture behind, but go as far away from it as possible by heading towards the sky, whew, that just hit. Our first look at Columbia was a sight to behold, a city in the sky where we would be traversing through floating buildings and fight large mechanical men. Now, this trailer and the final game may have delivered different visions, but we can always come back and take a glimpse at a version of Columbia that could have been. Plus, imagine staring down and seeing the earth below. Whew, that would have made me uneasy, but definitely a big missed opportunity.
Tell Ed Rhodey. Go tell Ed Rhodey. Go tell Ed Rhodey that everybody's I was raised in a deep dark hole, a prisoner of His arms outstretched, but when she's done, he'll be torn apart.
How do you reinvigorate a fan base that has slowly been losing faith in your franchise after moving away from the core tenets of that franchise? Well, you hit them with a trailer with the creep factor cranked up to 11. After the more action oriented Resident Evil 4, 5, and especially 6, seeing the next game embrace the horror roots of Resident Evil and pairing it with a creepy rendition of Gotel and Rhodey. Plus, showing off the new first person perspective was bold, since they would have known the change to first person was going to be a controversial change, but they were clearly confident in the direction they were taking this game, and I think the history has proven them right with how good of a game Resident Evil 7 turned out to be. Damn, could you make a stronger first impression than this? Honestly, I don't know. A dead child is the first thing you see as this trailer starts going, and that's a bold choice for 2011. Seeing the tragedy of this family unfold throughout the trailer and ending it on how the family started their happy vacation is wild, but this short story left such an impact many were disappointed that the actual game didn't really share the dark and serious tone the trailer had conveyed. Axis Animations were given a lot of free reign, and they definitely showed off their creative muscles with this masterpiece. Imagine making a trailer so good that they end up having to get the people making the game try to switch up the tone of their game just to match your trailer. That's how good this one was. But yeah, let's keep moving, guys.
You should have acted. They're already here. The Elder Scrolls told of their return. Their defeat was merely a delay. To the time after Oblivion opened. When the Sons of Skyrim would spill their own blood. No one wanted to believe they even existed. And when the truth finally dawns, it dawns in fire. But there's one they fear. In their tongue, he's Dovahkiin, Dragonborn.
That narrator, that music, that Fusrogda, all burned into my mind from how grand it all seemed. Not exactly a controversial choice, but the official announcement trailer for Skyrim has to be one of the most "what are you waiting for? Come and buy this game" trailers I've ever seen. I've never played an Elder Scrolls game before this one, and I imagine many were in my exact situation, but fighting a giant dragon outside of a turn-based RPG seems so unreal to me. Now, you'd think that revealing the dragon so early into the trailer would have made the rest of it a bit less epic, but that music has the ability to keep up the intensity of the moment even as the trailer is showing various landscapes that you will be able to explore. The game that is still enjoyed by so many deserves a trailer this epic. And you know what? It's still amazing to see all these years later. I would argue this was the first true must-own game of the 8th generation, and this trailer had Souls fans and soon-to-be Souls fans celebrating in unison. Visuals of this dark gothic setting helped it stand out so much from any other trailer at the time. Now, I wasn't sure which Bloodborne trailer I should pick for this spot, since I was going between this one and the more action-packed trailer that showed gameplay while the model of the healing church was set in the background. And while yes, the words "born by the blood," "made men by the blood," "undone by the blood" still swirl around in my head from time to time, it was this original reveal that showed people that the next generation of consoles finally has games worth switching over for. The slow and atmospheric buildup of the world of Yharnam, never showing much, but just enough to players to understand that the brutality of the Dark Souls world lives on here. And to emphasize this game's horror, setting that last section of the hunter in that poorly lit room where he only has his torch as he's being hunted by a beast just wraps up this trailer perfectly and puts me in the mood to go through Yharnam one more time to slay the nightmare. So, those are my top 10 trailers of all time. Do any of these make it into your guys' top 10 list? If so, which ones? Leave that in the comments down below. And if you enjoyed this and want to see more, go ahead and subscribe. Have a good one, guys.